I'd like to call to order the May 26th meeting of the Oak Ridge Board of Education. Please join me to honor America as our Wildcat Company present the colors and remain standing for the pledge. All rise. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Okay, next on our agenda is the approval of the agenda. I will entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Motion made by Ms. Webb, seconded by Dr. Hartman. Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, next on our agenda is our special reports and presentations, and we're going to start with our good news. And Ms. Craven.
I get to bring good news from Willowbrook. The Willowbrook artists and musicians showcase their talents during our annual Celebrate the Arts event on Thursday, May 14th. Students in kindergarten through 4th grade proudly displayed their artwork throughout the hallways for families and visitors to enjoy. Students also performed musical selections with their grade levels, making it a truly memorable evening. It was an incredible night celebrating the creativity and talent of our Willowbrook Elementary students. A special thank you to Ms. Cochran and Ms. Nave for their hard work and dedication in making the event so special for everyone involved.
Okay, Ms. Crank.
I have good news from Jefferson Middle School, where the 5th through 8th grade bands and the 7th and 8th grade chorus competed at Music in the Parks hosted by Dollywood. The 5th and 6th grade bands earned an excellent rating, first place in their division, and best overall elementary band, while the 7th and 8th grade bands earned an excellent rating and third place in their division. The 7th and 8th grade chorus also earned first place with an excellent rating. Congratulations to all the students and their outstanding accomplishments. The Junior Jefferson Middle School boys and girls track teams were named sectional runners-up in middle school class AA track and field while breaking several school records. 13 students have qualified to compete at the Tennessee State Meet at the University of Tennessee on Monday, May 18th. We are proud to recognize the JMS Aeronautics and Aviation student Dillinger Smith for his outstanding performance at the first annual Rocket Drones National Student Competition in Huntsville, Alabama. Competing as the only middle school student among high school participants, Dillinger named second place overall in the line of sight flying category. Congratulations on this impressive achievement. And from Robertsville Middle School, the combined middle school choir, Robertsville and Jefferson 7th and 8th grade chorus students performed beautifully at the Music in the Parks choral competition at Dollywood, earning first place with an excellent rating. The 8th grade orchestra also earned first place and brought home a trophy with an excellent rating at Music in the Parks competition at Dollywood.
Okay, Dr. Hartman.
I have good news from Oak Ridge High School, and there is a lot of good news, and so I'll do the first half. The Oak Ridge High School World Language Department is proud to announce that 24 seniors have earned the Volunteer State Seal of Biliteracy. This honor recognizes students who have demonstrated proficiency in English and at least one additional language while celebrating the value of multilingualism and lifelong language learning. Try to say that 3 times. The Health Science Academy celebrated an outstanding year of achievement. 9 students earned their CNA, or Certified Nursing Assistant, certification and completed more than 60 clinical patient hours each, while 15 students earned their Certified Clinical Medical Assistant certifications. Clinical internship students also completed more than 40 clinical observation hours each, while earning dual enrollment medical terminology credit. In addition, more than 80 students became CPR certified. 2 students in Mrs. Faust's Spring Computer Science and Applications course finished in the top 10 in Tennessee during the spring qualifier of the 2026 Microsoft Office Special National Competition. Senior Anthony Gibson earned 3rd place in Microsoft Word, while freshman Gabrielle Miradipini earned 8th place in Microsoft Word.
Okay, Ms. Webb.
Here's the second half of Oak Ridge High School good news. The Interact Club wrapped up an outstanding school year with more than 50 volunteer activities and over 1,600 service hours. Students supported numerous community events and organizations, including Fantasy of Trees, the Oak Ridge Schools Turkey Trot, Special Olympics, and local mobile food pantries. Oak Ridge High School FCCLA students earned top honors at the state conference in April, with 13 students qualifying to represent Tennessee at the FCCLA National Leadership Conference this summer in Washington. Many students earned first place finishes in their events, so congratulations to Caroline Beard, Lily Bailey, Serenity Campbell, Gary Carlisle, Kenley Connor, Moira Davis, Samantha Jackson, Maddie Lesnowinski, Lainey McMullen, Ruby Melton, Bella Moore, Wynn Updegraft, and Adam Washington. On Friday, May 8th, the Oak Log distributed more than half of the 800 yearbooks sold and generated an additional $5,000 in sales. With the exception of the student editor, the staff began this year with little to no experience in yearbook design. The cover was once again designed by student editor Lex Matthews, and the staff broke coverage records by featuring more than half of the student body 3 or more times. Yearbook sales also increased compared to last year. The Oak Log staff did an outstanding job with both production and distribution this year. That's the good news.
Wow, there's lots of good news. Okay, all right, next on our agenda is the Oak Ridge Schools retirees. Dr. B, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, very good. This is a happy night for some people that are going to get introduced here in just a minute, but I know you'll go up front here and I'll start my script and we'll start to recognize these great staff members. Each year we have the distinct honor and bittersweet privilege of recognizing a very special group of individuals who have dedicated their time, talents, and hearts to the Oak Ridge Schools. This year, several of our remarkable staff members are stepping into a well-earned retirement. While their presence will certainly be missed, we are filled with gratitude for the lasting impact they've made in our schools, students, and community. Tonight, I'm thrilled to introduce 7 outstanding educators who have joined us to be recognized for their incredible service. As I call your name, I invite you to come forward and remain at the front of the room for a special presentation from Ms. Laura McLean, our board chair, and Ms. Lisa Weathers, president of OREA. It's also important to acknowledge that some of our retirees have chosen to celebrate their retirement privately. Although they're not with us in person tonight, I want to extend our deepest thanks and appreciation for their years of commitment and service. And now, without further ado, let's begin this evening's celebration for our first retiree, Ms. Connie Donovan. After a dedicated career spanning nearly 3 decades, all of which have been spent in the Oak Ridge Schools, Connie Donovan will retire this summer. Ms. Donovan has shared her passion for education across several schools and grade levels in our district, serving at Glenwood, Linden, and Woodland Elementary Schools, and later Oak Ridge High School. Throughout her career, she taught Spanish, English, and served as a reading intervention teacher for high school students. According to Ms. Donovan, one of the most meaningful aspects of her career has been her family's deep connection to the Oak Ridge Schools. Ms. Donovan taught alongside her mother at Glenwood, taught in her grandmother's former classroom at Woodland, and had the unique privilege of teaching the former kindergarten students of her mother and the children of classmates and childhood friends. The tradition of excellence within Oak Ridge Schools has held a special place in Ms. Donovan's heart, with her parents, brother, and many aunts and uncles connected to the district, including Uncle Hillary Parker, who served as superintendent. Education and service through ORS has been a cherished part of her family's legacy. In retirement, Ms. Donovan plans to continue working at her daughter's private school in Knoxville, while also looking forward to traveling and spending more treasured time with family. Reflecting on these years, Ms. Donovan shares, "It's been a joy and privilege to work here and be part of this community. I love the family tradition I have with the Oak Ridge Schools, and I'm proud of the generations of my family connected to the district. Thank you so much for many great years." So help me congratulate Ms. Donovan one more time. All right, next we have Catherine Douglas. So Catherine. Since 2011, Catherine Douglas has taught both 5th and 6th grade students, helping countless learners strengthen their reading and writing skills, and after 15 years of service, she will retire from her position as a 6th grade ELA teacher at Robertsville Middle School. Teaching was a second career for Ms. Douglas, making the journey even more meaningful and rewarding. Throughout the years, Ms. Douglas has enjoyed helping students develop a love of reading and writing, or at the very least, grow in confidence and ability in those important areas. The positive impact on students, both academically and personally, will long be remembered. In retirement, Ms. Douglas and her husband look forward to relaxing and spending more time with their children and grandson. They're also excited for many future Harley-Davidson adventures, traveling across the United States together. Congratulations, Ms. Douglas, on a well-earned retirement. Up next, we have Tom Froning. Our next retiree, very good. Mr. Froning will be retiring after an exceptional 28-year career at Oak Ridge High School. Since 1998, Mr. Froning has taught Algebra 1 and 2, Pre-Calculus, and AP Statistics, impacting generations of students in the classroom and through athletics. From 1999 to 2013, Mr. Froning served as head baseball coach at ORHS, while also dedicating over 2 decades to the track and field program as the assistant track coach for throws. Among the many accomplishments throughout his distinguished career, the greatest source of pride for Mr. Froning has been his family. He is first and foremost the proud husband of a former ORHS track and cross-country assistant coach and father of 3 beautiful daughters, all whom are graduates of Oak Ridge High School. His professional honors and recognition include being named the Oak Ridge High School Teacher of the Year in 2017 and Youth Leadership of Oak Ridge Teacher of the Year in 2015, 16, and 2023. In 2014, Mr. Froning was introduced into the East Tennessee Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Fame after serving as president of the Tennessee Baseball Coaches Association from 2012 to 2013. Additionally, Mr. Froning was named District 3A Coach of the Year in 2002, 2007, 2008, and 2013. Though he's retiring from the Oak Ridge schools, Mr. Froning is not stepping away from education entirely. In this next chapter, Mr. Froning will continue teaching mathematics in Knoxville Catholic High School, embracing a new opportunity within a faith-based institution. After spending half his lifetime at ORHS, the opportunity for a new environment and experience brings Mr. Froning excitement and a renewed purpose. He shared, "It's been an absolute pleasure to work at ORHS. This has been a phenomenal place to work and to raise a family." So let's thank Mr. Froning. All right, up next we have William Coach Gray. Coach Gray couldn't be here this evening, so Donna, his wife, will accept on his behalf. Coach Gray began teaching 7th grade at Jefferson Middle School in 1992, where he spent 3 years building strong relationships with students and laying the foundation for what became a remarkable career in education. Coach Gray transitioned to high school in 1995, where he taught social studies and coached football, and after more than 33 years of service in education, Coach Gray retired in January of this year. Throughout the years, Coach Gray earned a reputation for high academic standards and exceptional student achievement, taking great pride in consistently strong EOC scores. Beyond the classroom, his influence extended to countless students and faculty members through coaching, leadership, and encouragement. Coach Gray was honored 3 times as a recipient of a Who's Who among American teachers and was recognized numerous times as Offensive Football Coach of the Year. One of the most meaningful moments of Coach Gray's career was finally achieving the goal of serving as a head football coach, a dream accomplished just 7 weeks before stepping away due to illness. Teaching multiple generations of family became one of Coach Gray's greatest joys. Teaching the children of former students created lasting connections that deepened his sense of community pride. Coach Gray's personal motto throughout his career was simple yet powerful. Never look down on a student, always be there and give them the opportunity to learn and grow. Currently, Coach Gray's retirement plans are focused on healing, recovery, and continuing the journey of overcoming illness with strength and determination. Let's congratulate Coach Gray. Up next, we have Victor Green. After 12 years of dedicated service to Oak Ridge High School, all spent as a digital arts teacher, Mr. Victor Green will retire this summer, completing a meaningful journey that began and ended at ORHS. Mr. Green began a new chapter in life 12 years ago when he embarked on a new career teaching high school students, making a personal promise to Dr. Cross that he would give ORHS at least 3 years. His first year proved a difficult transition, filled with uncertainty and adjustment. There were moments of doubt, long walks during the lunch around the community, repeating the thought, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever done." His struggles were visible, and Dr. Cross approached him to offer a simple but powerful truth. It's all about building relationships. At that time, Mr. Green did not fully understand her message. However, over time and through professional experiences and personal reflection, it became the foundation for everything that followed. Mr. Green's teaching journey was also shaped by the loss of his father. During his father's illness, he lost his ability to speak for 3 years, which provided Mr. Green with a profound lesson in a different kind of communication, one that taught what love looks like without conditions. It became a lasting example of loving others without expecting anything in return. That was when it clicked. It truly is all about relationships. From that point forward, Mr. Green worked to live out that belief in the classroom every day, even in small but meaningful ways, such as serving waffles to students, not for recognition, not for gratitude, and not to be the cool teacher, but simply to serve them. The lesson was never in what was said, but in what was done. Mr. Green is deeply grateful for the opportunity to serve at Oak Ridge High School and shared that these years have meant more than words can fully express and have shaped both my career and a life perspective. Let's congratulate Mr. Green. Next, we have Dr. Elaine Vaughn. Dr. Vaughn will retire from the Oak Ridge Schools and Oak Ridge High School after nearly 29 years of dedicated service. Since joining ORHS in August 1997, Dr. Vaughn has taught a wide range of mathematics courses while also serving as PLC mathematics coach, math intervention coordinator, and STEM innovator. Beyond the classroom, she made a lasting impact as the school's first Technology Student Association advisor, leading students to success at regional, state, and national competitions. Dr. Vaughn also played an important role in the ORHS arts community as an accompanist and pianist for school choirs, maskers showcase productions, and musical performances for more than 2 decades. Her career accomplishments include National Board Certification, Tennessee TSA Advisor of the Year, the Presidential Award for Excellence in Science and Mathematics, and leadership roles with Delta Kappa Gamma, including serving as Tennessee State President from 2021 to 2023. In retirement, Dr. Vaughn plans to remain active in the ORHS community through substitute teaching, music programs, and maskers productions while continuing her educational leadership work and music ministry. She also looks forward to traveling and spending more time with her husband, Brad, and their 3 cats. Let's congratulate Dr. Vaughn. And last but certainly not least, Mary Jo Bruce. Ms. Jo Bruce has served the families of Oak Ridge for more than 32 years as the Family Resource Center Director and will leave behind a legacy of servant leadership when she retires next month. Throughout her career, Ms. Bruce has been a passionate advocate for children and families, working tirelessly to help fill gaps in services so families could thrive and students could succeed. Her commitment to strengthening the community has positively impacted countless lives over the years. One of the greatest joys of her work has been witnessing families grow, overcome challenges, and achieve success. Building relationships within such an amazing community has made her career deeply meaningful and rewarding. Although retirement marks the end of this chapter, Ms. Bruce plans to continue serving as a community advocate while also looking forward to spending more quality time with family and friends. Let's congratulate Ms. Bruce. That'd be great, yeah. Everybody up front.
Wow, that's a lot of years of devotion to our schools, and we so appreciate all of your time. Okay, now we're going to move on to item C. This is our Oak Ridge Schools Student Recognition Award. Every year, the TSBA organization sponsors a contest, really, between all of our school districts, and each district nominates a student of the year, and then there's a district competition and then a statewide competition. And I'm going to invite our high school principal, Mr. Corrigan, and the assistant principal, Mr. Faust, to come up and introduce our nominee for the TSBA award program.
All right, good evening, everybody. It's a pretty neat opportunity and an honor to be able to help introduce Leah McVeigh this afternoon. Could you stand up for us, Leah? Yeah. So, following the recognition of such wonderful educators who I've had the opportunity to work with, it's neat to be able to spotlight one of our kids who that exemplifies what it's all about. And I'm confident that we have a bright future ahead with kids like Leah in the classroom and devoted to just the excellence and service that she brings to Oak Ridge High School every day. She exemplifies leadership in a tremendously long list of ways, so long that I asked Mr. Faust for some help remembering all of these. I knew Leah as a fifth grader, and so to be able to see how far she's developed and what she is doing at Oak Ridge High School is truly special. Mr. Faust.
I told Mr. Corrigan we won't go down all of the things that Leah's involved in because the board meeting would last twice as long. So in an effort to not do that, it was a very difficult decision. We have so many great kids, and Leah's involved in Wildcats for Change, Wildcat Mentors, the Oak Log that you were talking about at the beginning, our yearbook. But I think that the thing that really sets her apart, she's also a class, I lost the word. Yes, thank you, class president. I was going to say on that team, and she. But the thing that really sets her apart is her service leadership, and she spends countless hours in dedication to not only Oak Ridge High School but her peers. We were in meetings last week or week before last, planning things to do that the seniors will get to enjoy next year. And so she just really embodies that servant leadership that we want to see from our young adults once they leave Oak Ridge High School. So that's why Leah's here tonight. And so we want to say thank you for being such a great student, such a great representative of Oak Ridge High School. And so congratulations on this honor.
Okay, thank you. Now I would like to recognize the FCCLA Club. So if one of you would like to come to the podium and tell us about what FCCLA is and why you came to our meeting, that would be great.
My name is Serenity Campbell. I was Oak Ridge's FCCLA president this school year. If you don't know what FCCLA is, it stands for Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, so it's kind of in the name. But basically we do community events, and we compete every year in what's called Students Taking Action with Recognition events. So everybody over here in the purple shirts qualified to go to DC in July with us from the 6th through the 10th because they qualified for nationals this year. So, and that's a really big deal because you can compete against like 10 different groups in some events. So. And it wouldn't be possible without our advisor, Dr. Sparks, the blonde there on the end. And of course, girl dad, Mr. Adam, next to her. So we thank them for always being there with us.
Thank you all very much for coming. Okay, we're going to move on to the public forum, but if any of you guys would like to leave, it won't hurt our feelings. It happens every meeting. Okay, we're now to the public forum portion of our meeting. I'd like to thank everyone in attendance for coming. This portion of the meeting is designed to allow anyone in attendance to address a topic that is not on the agenda. If you'd like to address the board, please raise your hand and you will be recognized before coming to the podium. Once at the podium, we ask that you sign in, including your email, and state your name and home address for the board. All comments must be made from the podium and into the microphone so they can be properly recorded and broadcast to our community members. Each person who chooses to address the board during the public forum will be given 3 minutes to fully convey their message. The board may choose to respond, or perhaps more likely, we may choose to gather more information from Oak Ridge staff members and respond to your comments later and in more detail. If you are here to address the board regarding a topic that is on the agenda, please raise your hand when the topic is presented. Is there anyone here? Yes, please come forward.
Hi, my name is Tammy Rackard. I live at 116 Danbury Drive in Oak Ridge. I'm the parent of a Jefferson Middle School student. I emailed all of you last week, so I know that you know what I'm here to discuss. And I did receive your emailed response, Madam Chair. But I did want to go ahead and publicly make this request as well. I am asking that the board look at a modification to your policy, which is 4300, your extracurricular activity policy. And that would be the policy that requires a certified staff member to be the sponsor of the school activities and clubs. I did look at, I'm sorry, did you want address or email address listed? Email address, that's what I thought. I did look at the policies of other Board of Educations before I made that request, and Anderson County, Roane County, and Maryville, they all do just require it to be a staff member. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't making a request that was unreasonable as far as Board of Educations were required. But Jefferson, there is a pending request right now for the middle schools at Robertsville and Jefferson for a dance club. And it's been proved to be a little bit difficult at Jefferson to find a teacher who's willing to take the time to sponsor a club. And I know that teachers are busy, just like all adults are busy, so I thought maybe it was an easier request to make the modification of a teacher assistant, because there were teacher assistants that were willing to sponsor this particular club. There's also a teacher who is willing to sponsor the club that is at Glenwood. And in reading your policy that's posted online, it does just say a certified staff member. It did not specify that that member had to be at the actual school that the club was at. It does make sense to me that it would need to be at the school that it's at, but it doesn't say that, so I don't know if that is also a request that could be made, that the sponsor could be from a school within the district as well. So if that modification is something that could be looked at. But as a parent of a Jefferson student, When she first entered Jefferson as a fifth grader, in looking at the list of clubs that were available for fifth graders versus what was available at Robertsville, there seemed to be quite a disparity between the list. And that might go a long way in making that change to have some more activities that were available for the students, which I know is something that me as a parent would be interested in, having more activities available. I'm sure there's some other parents that are here too. I don't know that any of them necessarily want to speak on it, but I know they're here in support of the request as well. And I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who would like to speak? Come on.
Martin McBride, 954 West Outer Drive in Oak Ridge. I'm here to speak tonight about helping to secure Department of Energy funding, school aid for this wonderful school district. One of the issues that you have to think about when you go to the department to talk about something like this is, what does school aid to Oak Ridge schools do for the future of the Department of Energy? They are focused on their national mission, just as you are focused on your wonderful mission here with the schools. And in this past month's city council meeting, when I was again speaking to this same issue, on a separate matter, Councilwoman Ellen Smith got up and talked about the unfairness of certain DOE decisions, considering the fact that we as a community had hosted the toxic waste incinerator for a number of years for the Department of Energy. Now, that incinerator, the TSCA incinerator, Toxic Substance Control Act incinerator, was a wonderful activity that compacted waste and was very safe. It operated for 19 years. But Ms. Smith's point was a lot of other communities wouldn't do this for DOE. And that's only one of many examples I could cite. Now, I'm retired from the Department of Energy. I spent over 50 years in the nuclear business. I've been stationed at sites from the East Coast out to the Rocky Mountains. And I can tell you the support that this community and its two counties, Roane and Anderson County, give to DOE is just extraordinary. In the email I sent you, I outlined the categories of support that we give them that are very important. I think that we do need to go into DOE and seek a parallel award like DOE is currently giving Los Alamos County schools out in New Mexico. For over 20 years, the Department of Energy has given them $8 million a year, and it's right in their budget. I sent you a copy of their 24-25 budget just to remind you that it's there. That was put in place 20 years ago. Ratioing it up for inflation, that $8 million would come out conceivably to $13.5 million a year for this school system. Now, what has to happen is this is an issue that has to be taken up by the Oak Ridge City Council. They need to go to our congressional team in Washington and ultimately meet with the Secretary of Energy and just lay this case out. It's one of those things like applying for a grant. There are so many people in Washington that want money from DOE. You really have to have a case and make it specifically to a high level of DOE. Ms. Smith's comment was very appropriate, very constructive, and I think it's something that if you want to help, please call your local council member and express your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McBride. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. Do I hear a motion? Motion made by Dr. Hartman, seconded by Ms. Craven. Any comments? Please cast your vote. Okay, while we're waiting for the computer or whatever, I will tell you that we are approving an orchestra trip to Orlando, a girls' basketball trip to Gulf Shores, Alabama, a baseball trip to Murfreesboro, and 2 ROTC trips to Morristown and Gainesville, Georgia. Thank you to all the staff who make these trips happen. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, next on the agenda is our items for action. The first one is the adoption of the FY27 budget on the second reading. Dr. Borchert.
Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of adoption of FY27 budget, second reading.
Per the superintendent's recommendation, do I hear a motion?
Move to approve. Second.
Motion made by Ms. Webb, seconded by Ms. Craven. Dr. Borchert.
As the board knows, we've been working on this since about October or November of last year, and we're finally at the point of second reading. We've also presented to the mayor and city council. We had our line by line and first reading and public hearing, and we're here tonight for the second reading.
Okay, any comments or questions? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. All right, moving on to item B. This is the FY26 preschool Head Start self-assessment. Dr. Borchert.
Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of the FY26 preschool Head Start self-assessment.
Per the superintendent's recommendation, do I hear a motion?
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Craven, seconded by Ms. Crank. Dr. Borchert.
As the board knows, the self-assessment is a Head Start requirement in which a team of preschool staff, parents, and community partners closely evaluate each service area for the program. Within each service area, strengths and areas to be strengthened are identified. The team then identifies areas on which to focus as priority items. The self-assessment and the community assessment are 2 primary documents that drive preschool spending and budget development.
Any comments or questions? I do know I've served on that committee, and the preschool does a great job in getting parents to come and be involved in this process, which is remarkable. Okay, please cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, moving on to item C, our FY26 summer learning camps. Dr. Borchert.
Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of the FY26 summer learning camps.
Per the superintendent's recommendation, do I hear a motion?
Move to approve.
Motion made by Ms. Webb, seconded by Ms. Craven. Dr. Borchert.
These camps provide valuable opportunities for students to strengthen academic skills, engage in enrichment experiences, and maintain learning momentum during the summer months. The proposed camps align with district priorities focused on academic achievement, student engagement, and targeted support for student learning needs. In addition to remediation and acceleration opportunities, the camps will offer engaging experiences that support the whole child and continued student participation in learning throughout the summer.
Any comments or questions? Ms. Craven.
And I don't know if this was just my eyes crossing looking at this, but I saw like the instructional facilitators numbers and the administrators. Do we know how many enrollees we're anticipating?
So our our leaders of each summer school are still working through enrollment numbers. They're trying to hit at least 100 or go over for each school to participate. So we hope to have as many as possible, but they work on that enrollment until the very final hour.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Okay, please cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, item D is FY26 budget transfer number 3 and amendment number 1. Dr. Borchert.
Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of the FY26 budget transfer number 3 and amendment number 1, first reading.
Per the superintendent's recommendation, do I hear a motion? Motion made by Ms. Crank, seconded by Ms. Craven. Dr. Borchert.
The attached transfer and amendment includes the following budget request for board approval: addition of $300,000 to the general fund contingency budget for anticipated summer learning camps grant, establish additional Benita Elbert Award budget, an ORPSEF grant budget, Creso grant budget, and the Carl Perkins Grant Funds budget, along with FY26 Summer Learning Camps grant budget, and other routine budget transfers and revisions from February 18th through May 18th.
Wow. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, next on the agenda is item E, FY27 classroom fees. Dr. Borchert.
Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of the FY27 classroom fees.
Per the superintendent's recommendation, do I hear a motion? Motion made by Dr. Hartman, seconded by Ms. Craven. Dr. Borchert.
State guidance on school fees allows schools to request but not require fees for activities and materials that impact students during the regular school day or that are part of the curriculum. Any request for fees must still be approved by the Board of Education. We are requesting that the attached fee list be approved as requested but not required fee list for the Oak Ridge schools.
Any comments or questions? I don't like the requested but not required, but we'll move on. Okay, please cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, next is item F, FY27 Consolidated Funding Application. Dr. Borchert.
Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of the FY27 Consolidated Funding Application. This is an annual non-competitive application.
Per the superintendent's recommendation, do I hear a motion?
Move to approve.
Motion made by Ms. Webb, seconded by Ms. Crank. Dr. Borchert.
This year, Oak Ridge Schools allocation totals $2,335,484.74. The CFA must be completed by each local education agency and includes funding for awards for various federal programs.
Any comments or questions for Dr. Borchert? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, item G, FY27, the Perkins Reserve Grant Application. Dr. Borchert.
Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of the FY27 Perkins Reserve Grant application in the projected amount of $50,000. This is a non-competitive application. Oops, I read the wrong one. Did I? Yes. Nope, that was right.
It's competitive.
Competitive, I think, yes.
Yeah. Per the superintendent's recommendation, do I hear a motion? Motion made by Dr. Hartman, seconded by Ms. Craven. Dr. Borchert.
Yeah, just to clarify, this is a competitive grant application and the proposed budget line item details are attached.
Okay, any comments or questions? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, moving on to item H, the FY27 Behavioral Partnership Support Grant. Dr. Borchert.
Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of the FY27 Behavioral Partnership Support Grant.
Per the superintendent's recommendation, do I hear a motion?
Move to approve.
Motion made by Ms. Webb, seconded by Ms. Craven. Dr. Borchert.
If funded, this new grant from TDOE will reimburse Oak Ridge Schools General Fund for $50,000 in contracted behavioral services for our board-certified behavior analyst, or BCBA, for FY27. Our BCBA works hand-in-hand with our staff to support our students with needs for behavior support.
Any comments or questions? Okay, hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, item I, Board Policy 3.600, Insurance Management. Dr. Borchert.
Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of Board Policy 3.600, Insurance Management, first and second reading.
Per the superintendent's recommendation, do I hear a motion? Motion made by Ms. Crank, seconded by Dr. Hartman. Dr. Borchert.
This includes updated model policy language, updated TCRS requirements, formatting standardization, and updated local policy information.
Any comments or questions? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, next on the agenda is item J, purchase of replacement maintenance fleet vehicle. Dr. Borchert.
Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of the purchase of a replacement maintenance fleet vehicle in the amount of $47,794.
Per the superintendent's recommendation, do I hear a motion? Motion made by Ms. Crank, seconded by Ms. Craven. Dr. Borchert.
This vehicle will replace one of the maintenance fleet trucks. The current truck is a 2001 model and has surpassed its recommended service life by 15 years. The current truck is experiencing increasing mechanical issues and remains essential to supporting our district's facility maintenance needs.
Okay, Alan always says they drive until the wheels fall off. I think maybe the wheels have fallen off. Any questions or comments? Did we motion? Okay. Please cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. All right. Next is the purchase of Oak Ridge High School art tables. Dr. Borchert.
Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of the purchase of 27 tables for the art department at ORHS from Staples Business in the amount of $40,400.50.
Per the superintendent's recommendation, do I hear a motion?
Second.
Motion made by Dr. Hartman, seconded by Ms. Webb. Dr. Borchert.
The current tables are deteriorating and have become unsafe for student use. The table selections were made based on durability, appropriate height for the activities, and their ability to facilitate student grouping. The furniture is comparable to that used in other districts and will benefit the department for many years. Much of our existing furniture dates to the building's last remodel and was repurposed from other departments.
Any comments or questions? Hearing none, please cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, next is our items for information. Our FY27 Board of Education meeting calendar is attached. Are there any questions or comments? Okay. Next is a legislative update. Ms. Webb.
So we had a meeting on Friday just to go over kind of some numbers, and there were over 1,300 bills filed last, 200 were relevant to education, so I thought that was an interesting statistic. We just recapped a lot of those and then look forward to the Summer Law Institute that I think we're all attending this summer. So they'll give us this year's list of items they're going to work on then. That's it.
Okay, all right, next is item C, our financial report. Ms. Van Dyke, anything exciting for us?
Not really.
No.
Just ready, I'm just glad to be done with budget.
Okay, next is enrollment and attendance. Ms. Laurendine, you're on.
Okay, in regards to enrollment, as of last Thursday, we were down 94 students again. The biggest being Oak Ridge High School at 65. We're up 6 at the middle school and down 35 in totality with our elementary school. But that's pretty much what that's been teetering around. All right, and now the time we've all been waiting for. Got a few new ones for some attendance awards. Excited to share those with you. First, for students, had some really good attendance. This is for reporting period 8. That runs from April 10th through May 8th. And the runner-up was Linden, and first place is Glenwood Elementary. And I just want to say, too, that I know that Dr. Bowles and Mr. Huntermark have really focused a lot on attendance and are doing some things, some new things that you've just started the last couple months. So, yep, absolutely. It's a great job. Okay, now we have staff and school and department, attendance, 39, and this is for April, the month of April. 39% of our staff had perfect attendance. That's 284 staff members out of 724 staff members. For our school staff, runner-up this time was Woodland and Robertsville Middle School. Come on down. He was so surprised. Your face was priceless, Mr. Tinker. All right, and I promise this, with the departments, our runner-up was the business office, the first place with only 0.63 days missed in April was the superintendent's office. So I do not know who would like to take that. Me. Thank you. But overall, everybody's doing an amazing job, so thank you all for showing up and being here for our students.
Excellent. Okay, next is any old business or new business. Communications. This Thursday, the board will be in this room at 8:30, meeting with Isaac and our transportation to learn all about their challenges. Then next Tuesday, if anybody has time, from 7:30 on, the computer collection at the high school, 7:30 to 9 maybe. Then June 11th, we'll be back in this room with teaching and learning, and then June 22nd, we'll be here for our June meeting. Does anybody have anything? Okay. I wish the last few days of school are wonderful and non-eventful for all of you. Thank you.